Today our
Oh,
guest artist, Ian Jackson. Instead of being here on Friday, he's going to be here Tuesday because I have a just for this week I have a different guest artist that can only make it on Fridays, and she can only make it this one Friday. That'll be this Friday, a different guest artist.
name and shame.
What's that?
Who is it?
Oh, her name is Catherine Christina Jung.
Right, we shall look forward to that.
Jung. She says she's a spiritual meditation artist.
Oh.
Oh yeah, all her work is all textures and color, just all about texture and color. And she just recently, she's so thrilled because she just recently had a show in a gallery. So
Really? Oh, that's nice.
I don't know if she had a solo show or was it a group show. I don't know which one. In Canada, she lives in Canada.
Oh. Weren't the am I thinking about the Fauvists? Didn't they have some sort of they expressed their spiritual nature within the colours?
Oh, I never heard of that. I know they were big on color.
It might not be Fauvist. It might be Dadists.
The Dada?
No,
the Dada
Dadists is, I don't know. There were a group that express colour through express spirituality and
really? Oh, can you look that up? I'm interested in knowing about that. Can you look that up? Because I've never heard that.
I will at another time, but
another time. Yeah, or just like instant message me about it.
Yeah.
Well, we should even for those people that watch the replay, we want to get started even if nobody is in the chat room yet, because nobody is in the chat room. We just want to get started.
Right, so I'm just going to set myself up on YouTube.
And I'm going to put him on the big screen.
Get rid of all them. Did I make a mistake doing that? I don't know.
Did you do something different with your lighting? Something a little looks different with your lighting. Like it looks just a little bit more dimmer than usual.
Dimmer? Are you sure? Well, the thing is, it's getting darker nowadays. I mean, it's 9 o'clock at night here, and it's dark.
Oh, that may be why.
I've tried setting it up to a. I don't know where I am now.
Well, I can see it, but
right. So I don't. Right,
I can see the drawing. It's probably that sunlight coming through your windows or something.
Well, there ain't no sunlight. It's pitch black outside.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. But before, that's what it was. That's what you did have, and now you don't.
Potentially, possibly, yeah.
Did you guys change your time already?
No, not yet.
Because when you change your time and we change our time, we end up being 6 hours apart. Then.
That's right. Yeah. I'm just getting it. Why does it do that? Right.
I have not live streamed since last Friday, so whoa! I put it on my community. It's very slow having anyone come in here in this chat. Okay.
Is it detrimental? I mean, what I'm seeing is very realistic.
Well, can you move your hand for a minute?
Well, you're not gonna see color, are you?
We can see it
on a pencil sketch.
Oh, okay.
So I'm putting my hand there as a reference because I can see my hand directly in front of me.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see the color.
So I can see my hand and I can see the screen.
Okay.
And what I'm seeing on StreamYard is pretty much what I'm seeing in front of me. Now, what you might see on YouTube is a different thing because they compress the colours. There's nothing I can do about that, really.
Hi, Sleeve Stack Rule. Welcome. So nice to see you. How are you doing?
I'll see if I can get it to. No, that's now making it too strong at one point.
How are you doing, Sleeve Stack Rule? Okay, let's cut this off.
Yeah, that's about as good as I'm going to get it. But it's still strong. There we go. That unfortunately is as good as I'm going to get it. So,
Stay here in Illinois, Diana, working on work. Oh, we've had a really nice day here. We've just had a really stretch of super nice days. Beautiful weather, like 80, 85 degrees today, sunny, low humidity. Oh, no, it probably was not 85. It's probably just 80, low humidity, sunny, just beautiful. And it's going to be like that for the next few days.
hey, that's what we like to see.
Actually, supposedly we need more rain. We've not had much rain at all lately, even though we had a very rainy summer. So now it looks like maybe the beginning of autumn now is looking like maybe it's not going to be much rain.
Mm-hmm. Why do you not have rain in autumn?
What was that?
Do you not have rain in autumn?
Oh no, it just depends. It depends on. Oh no, you can't say that. Like sometimes we have dry summers. Well, this year we had a very rainy summer, but now for the past few days before autumn has started, and now that autumn has started, it's been dry.
Right. Oh.
Oh, Sleestack like rain. Okay.
Well, we're in England. We have rain most of the year.
Oh, Sleestack really should move to England. They have rain a lot. Or
we have rain most of the time.
Washington State, Seattle, they have rain a lot.
That's why we have really nice grass.
Oh, really nice grass.
Oh, there you go. So, oh dear, oh that's not good.
Do you live near Chrissy Campus Art?
Not far away.
Oh my goodness, you guys meet each other?
Well, we planned on meeting up at some point, but daily life tends to get in your way, doesn't it?
Oh man, I don't live near any YouTube person.
I know, but that's because you're in America and it's a huge, great big piece of land.
Oh, it's huge, right?
Your next door neighbour's like 500 miles away.
No, I mean like there could be, if somebody was from Philadelphia or then yeah, I know.
Well, that's it. That's
America. It's just so big. They can come from all over. You're right.
There's two extremes in America. You've got places where your next door neighbour's like literally several miles away from you, and the other extreme is your big cities where there's like millions of people living there. In one big city area.
Oh yeah.
And they have like 2 and 3 million people
but we have
living
in
one city.
No, we have in between, like the suburbs. The houses are closer together,
Right.
And out in the rural, the country, houses are further apart, and the city, the houses are closest together. So there's city, suburb, and rural.
Well, I live in a semi-rural suburb.
Oh, okay.
It's suburban. It's lots of housing, but it's quite rural surrounding me.
Sleestack Rule says he likes rain because it keeps his neighbors inside so they don't see what he's up to. Oh, Sleestack Rule, what are you up to?
Yeah. All sorts of weird things.
What are you up to? Oh, hi, Kevin Helming. So nice to see you. You can't stay, but you gave me a thumbs up. Thank you for giving a thumbs up. Yeah.
Right.
Please give thumbs up. Sleestack Rules, I think you forgot to. You might have forgotten to give thumbs up. I'm not sure. Kevin, can you stay for at least 15 minutes? Because that affects my watch hours if you can stay 15 minutes. Hopefully, if you can stay for 15 minutes, that would be great. Okay.
Hi, Paul.
Oh, hi, Paul.
Nice to see you.
How you been doing? Paul, how are you doing? And Might
early,
not working. I don't know. Maybe
earlier this afternoon,
in
Paul.
11 minutes it's gonna come on. What?
Earlier this afternoon, Paul, I received my check from you, so I shall be popping to the post office in the morning to get that sent off. The painting.
Okay. He's gonna get the painting soon. You're gonna get the painting soon. Oh, Slee Stack Rule, thank you. You did do thumbs up. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Well, shall I make a start?
Yes, yes. Right. Go ahead,
Right
start.
then.
Kevin
Go.
says he'll leave me on while I work. Okay, thanks, Kevin. What kind of work are you doing, Kevin?
That's really glary.
And Paul is doing good. Awesome news and thank you. Isn't Paul getting 2 paintings from you?
Paul's had that original boat painting and the portrait.
Yeah, the portrait. He's getting those 2 from you, right?
Well, he's received the boat painting. It's
okay.
I've just armor plated his other paintings so that it don't get smashed up by US mail.
Right.
So it shouldn't do anyway because it's going to get sent by signed delivery. So anyway, right. Well, let's make a start.
Thanks, Kevin. What kind of work do you do? Okay. Paul, what have you been doing lately? You have some hobbies? I guess if you keep watching almost every day, then what, more people? No, that's not true. Because I know that an artist friend of mine, she only live streams once a week.
Well, YouTube recently released a video on the subject, and they said you're best off just going for at least once a week. You got to gauge your level of interest from people, and they said do one a week, even if it's a long one. And it all depends on individual creator and what they're doing.
Oh,
it don't mean to say that
I would never get the watch hours I need if it was once a week. But I know my artist friend, you know her too. I'm just gonna name her name, but she went down from. I mean, she only just did once a week, and she just gave me some advice today about a different strategy I could use instead of what I've been doing, and I'm gonna try it. Like target making video because she used to get some pretty good watch hours from her videos. She does get pretty good watch hours as long as it's targeted. And I'm thinking like I could do that. I'm going to try that, but for the most part, I do not get much watch hours for my videos.
That for me is a key point, though, isn't it? I think you have to have a good mix of produced videos and lives.
Yeah.
And then you've got like, different types of people. Not everybody likes going on lives. Especially if they're extremely long expressive, 3 and 4 hours long. Not everybody's got that amount of time available in the life.
God, I have this other friend that does marathon live streaming, like 8 hours at a time.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's just socializing.
Well, yeah, it is. It's using the platform.
And everybody knows his channel as a place to hang out, so they all hang out and socialize.
Right.
And that's not really the channel that I like people to mingle, mix and mingle, like in the chat, but usually I have a focus of what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, they should.
I like Chrissy Canvas art. And
Hi,
also
Chrissy. You all right?
Paul plays the Native American flute.
Oh.
Awesome.
What makes that different to any other flute then, Paul? Does it have a specific difference?
Oh yeah, I'd like to know that.
I
How
can't
is it
actually see.
flute? Yeah, different.
Is it just it's the way that it makes the same sounds, but does it is it because it's made traditionally in a particular way,
Or is it that you play? No, it's not
or
that
you
you play
play
it a
it
different.
differently, or what makes it
Hi, English
native?
welcome. Sorry. I can type that again. SB English Zone. Welcome to the lot. Welcome to my live stream. Maybe you've been here one time before. I'm not sure, but I hope everybody welcomes SB English Zone.
Oh. So I've done the sky, and I'm gonna do the light. I'm not telling everybody what I'm doing here, am I? The light is coming in from that direction, right? So this side of the wall here, this gable end or whatever you want to call it, will have less light hitting it, so it's going to be darker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of the sky blue into that, and that will add to the tonal value as it builds
I have
up.
a question.
Yes.
Okay, so suppose it's a time of day when all the light is kind of like, is there a time of day that all the light is kind of was that true? And maybe in nature, maybe in artificial lighting you can make it happen. I don't know. In nature, is there ever a time of day? Oh yes, like probably on a cloudy day where all the light is even and there's really no contrast.
Yeah, well, you've just pointed it out. There's 2 times a day when it's like that. There's like mid-afternoon from 12. The highest in the sky that the sun is, that tends to have a blanket downhill kind of light that it's everything. And like you say, diffused light, if it's cloudy, that the clouds kind of take the light, it hits it, and then it like diffuses it everywhere, and you get like an average. So sometimes, yeah, but they don't necessarily always make for very good pictures, because we want contrast. We want to be able to see the difference between one side of a wall,
like light and dark.
Yeah, that's what helps you create 3-dimensional space.
Except a cloudy day. I've seen some good paintings that are like cloudy days that are
I'm not saying that you can't do it, but it's quite hard making sure that you get something that you always, with low contrast art, it's more very like soft and fluffy and like fuzzy, and if you can build up fuzziness and create it like that through texture rather than contrast.
Through texture?
Yeah, through textures. You build your interest.
That's an idea for your next painting, another painting next week.
For what?
A low contrast painting.
A low contrast paint. I can make this a low contrast painting.
So you can explain like what you're doing. Well, how you say you're talking about texture.
What I'm saying is, with a painting, you can you can emphasize either the contrast, or you can create interest in a painting by texture and things like that. Like one side of a wall can be very textured and the other side can be limited, no texture. So it's still a contrast. It's just not in color value. It's more to do with the textures, but there's still contrast because that's how you differentiate between different things. Like in this painting, for example, there's light areas in the building and there's light areas in the trees around here that are exactly the same light value, but I can tell the difference because that the trees have a different texture to the building, even though they're the same tonal value. See what I mean?
No, I missed that last part of you saying, but you could explain that the next time you do low contrast painting. But let me explain what Paul is trying to answer your question. He said Native American flutes are usually made out of wood, and they have an earthy sound tone to them. Traditionally, they are 5 holes on a pentatonic scale.
Right, yeah, I know about a pentatonic scale.
Oh, do you play music?
Not to. I'm a bass guitarist. Very poor bass guitarist. So I do know a little bit about music, but I don't practice enough, so I'm no great expert on it.
Okay.
But I know what one of those scales is. In fact, strangely enough, this week that's been one of the things I've been looking into. I've just got myself some MIDI software to
what kind of software?
MIDI software for
how do you spell that?
MIDI.
So so what does that do for you?
It helps you produce and make music.
Wow.
So hopefully I'm not going to be writing albums. What I'm going to do is for intros for me videos and things like that, little jingles.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So you find them occasionally, but they're not quite exactly what you're wanting. So I thought, well, if I can actually learn how to make my own bits of music, that's a bonus, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's a tool that you can use to record various things as well. It's like a mixing desk, but a digital one that you can use on a computer.
Okay.
So I'm just getting some foreground interest.
GarageBand?
GarageBand.
Oh, you probably
that's
an Apple. That's Apple.
It's a similar kind of thing. It helps you make music, kinda.
Yeah, if you know how to use it, it can help you a lot.
Well, I with me background history, I have worked a little bit in recording studios, so I've got a rough idea from a real world perspective what things are. You know what I mean? Actual real mixing studio desks and things like that. It's just you have to translate that over to the modern digital world. So yeah, that's what I've been doing this week. I downloaded this application and been having a go at learning how to make myself a little jingle. Jingle. So my videos in future may have different pieces of music in them, and there will be absolutely copyright free because I've made them. Yay!
And I could use GarageBand to try to do a little jingle for my intro and outros.
Yeah, you can. So
only for my intro and outros, not for like during the. I would just use music, regular music. But for my intro and outros, I could try to maybe make some kind of. So far, I haven't found a jingle I really like, but I've used one that's okay. But I'd like to create one that I really like.
I'm being attacked by a crane fly.
A what kind of fly?
A crane fly.
A crane fly.
I think you guys in America call them daddy long legs.
Oh,
you know them flies that come out at this time of year. It'll come back again because it's loving the light.
They're the only kind of spider I'm not afraid of.
It's not a spider.
I thought it was.
Well, a daddy long leg is a spider, yeah, but some people in America call those crane flies. They've got great big long legs, and they look like daddy long legs, but they've got wings and they fly. It'll come back eventually.
They had wings.
Oh yeah. Do you see it on screen? It was flying around your painting.
I've been looking at daddy long legs my whole life, but maybe I never really checked them out.
No.
Really closely.
So I'm gonna get a bit of brickwork in now. So I'm gonna get a bit of yellow ochre, which is a really good base for any building. And part of this building, it's got creeping vine round there. But I'm still going to put that base colour in it.
Sleeve Stack Rule says it's a fake giant mosquito. Well, that's true.
Yeah, they do look like mosquitoes, but they're not mosquitoes. They're completely different, and they don't bite. They're the most inoffensive insect you'll ever come across. If they could talk, they'd come up to you and talk to you about how your day's been.
I'm not afraid of them.
No, they're not spiders, and they're not mosquitoes. But anyway, in America, do the mosquitoes in America bite and kill?
Oh God, we're getting terrible diseases with some mosquitoes. In Connecticut, they just found out about this. It's called triple E disease because it involves encephalitis. And
encephalitis.
It started in the same town in Connecticut that Lyme's disease started in. Lyme, Connecticut. That's where Lyme disease was first found.
Really?
And now the same town is where they're seeing triple E, which is one of the E stands for encephalitis, where people are dying from the mosquito bites. And they're telling people in Connecticut to stay inside between dusk and dawn. But if you have to go out, long sleeves and spray yourself a bug spray. It's like, yeah, it's crazy.
Just take a tube of oxygen with you and a lighter. And if any of them come near, you go, die. I don't have a great relationship with what they call them.
Mosquitoes.
Hi,
Grayscale Painting. You know Grayscale Painting, right?
We do, yes. We don't. No, they're not my cup of tea. In saying that, I'm not keen on many flies, to be frank. Flies are flies, aren't they?
Everybody remember, give a thumbs up, please. Hi,
yes, try and make sure that...
triple E, Sleeve Stack Rules. You heard of it? And he says he only goes outside between dusk and dawn. Oh, no, and he won't last long. No, so far it's only in Connecticut, this certain part of Connecticut. But like Lyme disease, that spreads. Oh, goodness. A killer mosquito. I mean, it's not as it's not a the mosquito just carries something that can kill you.
No, it's a virus that lives in the mosquito, and when they bite you, they transfer it.
Yeah. And then Paul says, I believe we call them horse flies. I don't know which one he's calling. Which one he's calling?
Oh,
What?
yeah, they might be called horse flies. Yeah. They're eight gangly things. They've got really, really long legs. They're not like normal flies.
Yeah, so horse flies bite you. Regular flies don't.
Yeah.
House
Oh,
flies
no,
do not bite you. Horse
no.
flies do bite you.
No. Oh, no. These are not.
Hi, Jason.
Not horse flies. Then. They look like daddy longlegs with great big long. They're like daddy longlegs, if you know what a daddy longleg is.
Yeah, I know what daddy longleg is. Horse flies don't look like them.
They're really right elongated. They're about 1.5 inches inside.
Horse flies are huge. That's what Grayscale Painting says. Yeah, they are big. You crack me up, Ian. Paul says, ha ha ha, you crack me up, Ian.
I know.
JC, welcome. She just showed her art collection to me about a week ago.
All right.
Art that she's been gifted, art that
Wow.
something that her grandmother painted.
Oh, that's nice.
That she inherited, art that she's been gifted, art that she bought, and art that she's created, which she creates a lot of well, she was showing her bead jewelry, I think.
All right. Yeah.
JC,
So many different types of creative expression, isn't there? It's always very nice. I said there's all sorts of kinds of creative expressions. Really nice.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be just painting and drawing. Some people think,
oh, no.
I can't draw. I wish I could. And I'm like, well, if you want to draw, you really want to draw, then you will want to put in the practice it takes it would not feel like work to you to put in the practice. But if there's other ways to be creative besides just drawing and painting, there's other ways to be creative.
Well, at one time of day I couldn't draw, and guess what I did? I practiced.
How old were you then when you first?
3.
8.
3.
3. Come on, 3 years old.
Yeah, I was drawing when I was 3.
I used to draw a little bit, like when I was a kid. Well, I like coloring and drawing, but I didn't really know that I really wanted to be an artist until
I 14. I didn't have the concept of, oh, this is going to be the rest of my life. It was just something that I enjoyed doing.
Yeah. Yeah, it was not till I was 13 or 14 that I thought, like, I might like to become an artist.
I am an artist.
Oh, God.
Oh, dear. It's a bit pompous, isn't it? That? I am an artist. Great. So what? There's all sorts of people who do creative things.
Oh,
I'm just in awe as much as somebody who can bake a cake without burning it, or create a piece of engineering, as I am a person who paints a picture or does some sort of creative art. The skill of creating is a phenomenal thing, and it's good for your mind and to be able to involve yourself in stuff like that.
It is good for your mind.
It is. The sense of fulfillment.
I think it keeps your mind useful if you always stay creative.
Yeah. Keeps your brain in gear.
Yeah. And
so now I'm starting to put, although, right, this is the weird thing about watercolor painting. I'm putting colours into it that don't exist.
Oh, interesting.
On this wall, it's brown.
Are you
On
working
the
on
wall,
a sketch or a photo?
I've got a photo in front of me, but I'm not sticking religiously to the colours because I've tried to break away from doing that. It's my own expression.
So why will you not stick to the colors?
Because I want to create my own colour expression.
Oh.
I'm not painting what I see. I'm expressing it. There's different ways of expressing colour, and in watercolour, you don't always go for the obvious colours.
Oh, grayscale painting says he drew before he could paint. Well, yeah, I think a lot of people start with drawing. Yeah.
I don't know very many people who have not. I'm not saying that you can't paint straight away, but the first early beginning, especially if you're young, when you first start painting, the early beginnings is drawing more often than not, and then the pattern tends to be you go on from there to doing like pastels or colour pencil, and then from there you go on to doing painting, and that's generally the route into being an artist more often than not. But some people have started by just going straight into painting, and they've actually been successful at it, and that's good for them, isn't it?
Well, yes. Hi, Reap What You Sow. Welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you in here before. I hope people will welcome them. I don't know if that's a he or she. Reap what you sow.
Yes. Hello. Reap what you sow.
JC says my flute is G note. Do you know what?
Yeah. Right. When you get a flute, unlike string instruments that you can change the note and adjust it, you have to buy different flutes for different pitches, right? You know, A, B, C, D, F, G, all that sort of stuff. G is one of the notes. So if he were playing with other instruments that were playing in G, he'd have to use that particular flute. Well, that's my understanding of it, anyway. But that tends to be the case with quite a few instruments like that. I think the only other one that you can alter the pitch is a saxophone. Might be wrong though. There might be other.
You just said it. Just when you said it, Grayscale Painting typed it. He said same with a saxophone, soprano, alto, tenor.
Yeah. Yeah, they're different. They're different. Like bass or for you can have a bass saxophone, a tenor saxophone, an alto sax, and they all play at a different pitch. Obviously, the bass saxophone is for very deep sounds.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about music like that.
Well, if you ever go to a music concert where there's lots of instruments, that, for example, you might have a double bass playing, and then a cello.
What's a double bass?
A double bass. It's a really big. It's a gigantic violin.
It's not a stand-up bass.
Yes, it's a stand-up bass. Yeah, that's what they call them, a double bass.
Oh, you're calling a double bass a stand-up bass. Oh, my stepson plays a stand-up bass.
A stand-up bass generally is that's the name for the electronic one, the one that doesn't have the body. the wood body. But not traditionally, it's called a double bass, right? So
hey, I don't know about, maybe in the UK they call it a double. I never heard the term. I have to ask.
So anyway, that's the double. There's a double bass, and the next one down from it is a cello, which is about half the size, and then a quarter of the size of a cello is a violin, and then about 2/3 the size of a violin is a, what's the other one called? They've got a smaller type of, is it a viola? I don't know.
Yes, here's Grayscale Painting says, yes, what they call it in other places, we call it a double bass. Oh,
yeah,
God.
that's its normal traditional. That's it is called an upright bass.
Yeah, that's what
we call it an upright bass as well, but its proper traditional name is a double bass.
Oh, okay.
I actually paint and draw quite a few people playing double basses because I like that. It's one of my favorite things to paint. That.
Okay, Paul says G is a nice key for a flute. I have 2 A's, 1 G, 1 D, and a sugarcane drone.
Right, I don't know what that one is now.
What are you talking about?
It's probably made out of.
I don't understand music language.
It's probably a flute that's made out of sugar. You know, cane.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably made out of sugar cane.
Okay.
The reed, the actual.
And JC says first is ebonized pine.
Right. Oh well, different different types of wood resonate at different at different values, and that's how you get your tones and your difference in sound. It's all very interesting stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it were a tie between when I were about 16, 17. I had to make a decision which one I wanted to concentrate on: playing
Art
my music,
art or music,
and that were it. I mean, because you just, as an artist, you need all the time you've got just to get anywhere close to being good. So,
but you dabble in music, right?
I do a little bit. To be frank, if a musician listened to my music, they'd go, "You absolute amateur." Well, yeah, fair enough, because I don't practice 24 hours a day like they do.
Purple
And
Pages.
you know what?
Welcome.
That's that. Hey, Purple. So that's a key element with anything that you want to get good at. Don't matter whether it's playing music or.
Oh, my Nightbot didn't come out today. Come on, why didn't it? I signed in before I got on here.
Have you not got anybody? Well, you've got JC there anyway. So I'll probably concern yourself.
As a moderator, and
so I'm just building this.
I don't have Nightbot set up as a Nightbot is a moderator, but I disabled most all of its things. Like I disabled the thing about like multiple emojis, because I'm like, so what? I like it if we celebrate something, we flood the chat with emojis. So I disabled the all caps thing. I disabled everything except for the thing where like words like subscribe. That's it.
Right.
And then I have it give me, I like it for the custom messages. I put in custom messages like, here's my Etsy shop. Do you love what you see? Here's my Etsy shop. Please subscribe. Please, if you love this, here's my PayPal. So I don't understand why it's not showing today. Because
I think you have to set it up prior to actually doing it.
I did. I signed in. I signed in.
I don't mean set it up once. I mean you have to set it up every time you do it.
Every time?
I think so. You might have to, or you have to go in and log in and tell it to make sure that it does.
I logged in.
Have you set it up to just do it once, or every time that you actually come on?
Wait, Purple Paisley might know. What is it? Nightbot is acting up. She's saying Nightbot's acting up. So that's probably what it is. It should have come on. I logged into it.
Well, it's like any automated system. It's going to crash and burn sometimes.
All right, so it's just acting up today. That's why it didn't show up. And on my iPad, I don't even know if I could go onto it and try to activate it. See if I get on my iPad, which I watch the chat on, I could try to activate it.
So I'm just doing some backgroundy trees here at the moment. Giving that a bit of time to dry.
Hi, Purple. Hi, Purple Plays Planner. How you doing? Did you see my thing that I got inspired to buy? I bought 3 planners inspired by you. And I was enjoying putting stickers in my planner the other night.
There you go. You enabler. An enabler.
An enabler?
Yeah, that's somebody.
I thought you had to have. I only thought of having one planner for everything, but I have to jam it all in there, and then you can't see. And she gave me the idea that you can have a social media planner, you can have a business planner, you can have a general life planner, you can have a faith planner, and I'm like, you know what? Otherwise, you're jamming everything into one thing.
There's groups on YouTube and Facebook that have all these things. That there's various different planners and journals
But she specializes in it. Her channel name is Purple Paisley Planner. She's a planner girl.
Well, it's very popular.
Yeah, so I lived by my planner. I used to jam I'd only have one I would have one medium-sized planner. I would live by my planner, to organize my life, to know what I'm doing, keep on track. I have to organize, so it was a good idea to get from her. I have 3 planners now: the general life planner, a social media planner, and a business planner for my Etsy shop.
Because I'm a bloke, I just do things really simple.
My husband has a planner, but he has one planner for everything.
I just do it. Go ahead and do it. Do it. That's it.
You don't have anything where you write down appointments and things you got to do?
Well, I ain't got that busy a life, to be honest with you. I've organized myself in life to have a stress-free kind of, don't have to think about things type of life.
Oh, nice.
Well, I deserve it at this stage of my life.
Oh, same for me. But I worked 25 years at my job, and same for me, same for me. But I don't. No, I get like.
I do have things. I do have like little books that I do write things down in, but only things.
And I think you're younger than me.
Only just.
I think you're younger than me.
You're only a spring chicken. Don't tell people.
Oh my goodness! I think you're younger than me, Ian.
How old do you think I am?
I thought you said you're in your 40s.
I am.
There you go. You're younger than me. I'm in my 50s.
Oh, yeah, you just turned into 50s. Well, I'm not far away from 50s.
Oh, you're late 40s.
I am late 40s, yes. I know I only look 20, but That's life. So,
Oh, great scale painting, artfully used with Diana Planner, huh? Loving your art, Ian. Looks great, says Purple Paisley Planner.
I'm just starting to get the.
All
There's
things YouTube is
some
here.
trees. Hmm?
All things YouTube.
Yay! Hello.
If you want to know stuff about YouTube, oh my goodness, he's a wealth of information. But he has 4 channels.
Hey, what I want to know about YouTube is why is it breaking down every time that people are trying to put a live schedule a live and they're crashing.
Really?
Why that's happening? Yeah, loads of people.
Loads of people.
Yeah, absolutely loads.
Oh, I'm in his Facebook. You should join his Facebook group. You can ask questions like that. I should I should invite you to his Facebook group because you can put in questions like that and get them answered. So let me see what he says. Looking good, Ian. He says, looking
Thank
good,
you.
Ian. He says,
Thank
hello,
you very much.
a great YouTube name. You have there. Oh, he loves her name, Purple Paisley Planner.
Does it have to be Paisley? Does she like Paisley? As a texture? As a texture.
Do you like Paisley? Annette, her real name's Annette. Do you like? You like Paisley? I kind of do. It's not one of my favorite, but I kind of do.
It's really strange.
Okay, here's one of your answers to the question. All things YouTube says there are gremlins in the network now, and they're causing trouble. But that's
tell us about it.
Straight on YouTube. Like I have not had any problems broadcasting through StreamYard or through
it's not been a problem with StreamYard.
It's been when
people have. It's been when people have tried to schedule normally the YouTube to go live, and it's just it just doesn't start.
Oh, that's a good thing to know. I'm gonna like because
and it's been since.
I was gonna try to just go direct. I have not gone directly through YouTube in months. I either do StreamYard or I'm gonna just keep with StreamYard or Lightstream for the next few weeks until they get that figured out.
Yeah, I'll let you know when they've got that sorted because it's got to get sorted or they're going to lose the entire live family. Because I'm not saying everybody, it's happened with everybody, but those who've just been moved on to this new system that they've come out with have found it incredibly difficult getting on. So
you're not staying away for that for a while then.
And I don't know what YouTube's doing about it.
People haven't. Well, he did say there's gremlins in this system right now. Okay, he did answer that.
Yeah.
Okay, Purple Paisley Planner. Yes, purple is her very favorite color. She loves purple.
Purple is. Oh. I've got a friend who did her entire house out in purple.
All things YouTube says he loves Paisley and purple. So, but I don't know that. I'm sure she loves Paisley.
My point being that I nearly many years ago bought a Fender Telecaster, which is a kind of guitar, a bass guitar.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Fender Telecaster, and it had Paisley pattern on it, and I was shocked. It was pink Paisley. I thought, it's either that, but it was buy that or buy the future Mrs. Jackson a platinum ring for a wedding, for her engagement ring. But unfortunately, Mrs. Jackson got a platinum ring, so I never got the bass guitar.
Oh, that's nice.
And I tell her that all the time. I didn't get my bass guitar because of that lovely ring, platinum. I might add, platinum engagement ring with a single solitaire
Well, I was
diamond.
engaged once before, and mine was, but I prefer gold.
Well, the
Platinum
thing is, at the time
right now.
when we got married,
Silver.
at the time, it were very trendy for this white gold. But I had a chat
Oh,
with
very
her, and
trendy.
I said white gold has a problem in the sense that it's only a coating, and every so often you have to have it recoated. So I said, if you want something that represents something like white gold, I'll get you a platinum ring. You'll never need to have that. And it's a much, platinum's above gold, isn't it? So, it got me a lot of points, that.
Yeah.
Ding, there you go. Oh, he must love me if he's spending that much on me. I'm not buying a bass guitar. Oh, dear.
Now,
Funny old world.
it was your wife that wanted before you became married. She wanted she wanted that pink paisley.
No, I wanted it.
Oh, you wanted it.
I was going to buy a bass guitar, but it was a choice of me buying that bass guitar and getting my wife's engagement ring, a really cheap, tacky
Oh,
ring,
okay.
or not buying the bass guitar and getting the lovely ring that she loves and adores. So I thought,
Oh,
wait a minute, I've got to prioritize here. So unfortunately, my dreams of getting that Paisley bass guitar bit the dust.
and they're talking about purple in here, and they're saying, and then All Things YouTube, who's a man, said he did a video where he was lip syncing to Prince's.
Purple rain. Oh no, sorry, can't sing that.
Oh
We'll have
yeah,
what they call it.
he was lip syncing to the. No, wait a minute.
Sorry.
Prince is
Huh?
awesome, but I did a. Oh no. He said I did a video where I did lip syncing to the Kiss song. It was
Oh,
crazy. You did a video of that, and it's not available on YouTube though.
oh.
He's saying it's available in BitChute. What's BitChute?
What's that thing that I'm trying to think on that other organisation, Vibo, is it? That's that's a platform like YouTube.
I've never heard of that. I thought I've
Is it?
heard about. There's Twitch. I've heard of Twitch.
Oh yeah,
Hi, Mystic Unicorn. Welcome.
Mystic Unicorn.
I hope you're
Hello.
feeling better. I hope you're feeling better.
So anyway, you need to be advertising your things
My Etsy
for.
shop.
No, you've
Oh,
who's going to be on it over this week or so. Let people know.
what are you
Come
who
on,
are you talking to?
this is a free advert for you. Let
Who,
people know
me?
who's going to be on this week. Go for it. Who do we
Oh,
expect to see on your live?
usually we have Ian on Fridays, but to this week only. This week only, we have to my an artist friend of mine is going to be the guest artist on Friday instead of Ian, and she's a meditation. She's a spirit. She calls herself a spiritual and meditative artist, and she only creates in color and texture. And she will not be painting She will not be painting live. She says that she can't really do that and talk and
Oh,
paint at the same time, but she will be showing her work, her paintings, and talking about them, which I'm very interested in. That's going to be this Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And okay, so can I
what else
send?
are you doing then? Anything specific this week? Have we got any You got any art coming up that you?
Yes, my Etsy shop is opening. My Etsy shop is opening.
Is it?
Actually, it's going to open on this Thursday, and I am going to if she can't fill up a whole hour on Friday, on Friday I will be filling up the hour with my screen sharing of my Etsy shop, and Thursday is when actually I'm going to open, and I'm Thursday. My Thursday video is going to be screen share. Probably screen sharing plus showing the items that are for my new collection of called Spirit Flow collection of everything is alcohol painted, all original work compared to my last collection, which was all archival prints, which was iPad digital art archival prints, and this one is all original art, alcohol ink painted, original, not just paintings but other things too. So you have to come by on Thursday and check that out. Thursday and Friday.
Right.
A lot of them are really good
will do.
for holiday gift giving. A lot of things are going to be really good for holiday gift giving, and
I tell you what, in US, you don't have a big period of time where it's like celebrations, don't you? Starting in October, right through to January. With your various different things that you do.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I just tried to make this person a moderator.
Uh-huh.
What did that say? What? And
right, you know we're talking about
I bet you love purple. Purple Blazy Planner loves Matt, all things YouTube. I just made you a moderator so you could drop the link. Good, he just noticed that. So he could drop the link of him. It's a funny video of him lip syncing, a lip syncing video. Well, that would be funny.
Very good.
It would be funny to screen share that, but not in this context of interrupting somebody painting.
Well, it can be put in and they can watch it later, can't they?
Yes, you can.
There's always the, what they call it, the watch later. Does anybody use that?
Put that link, watch later.
Does anybody actually use that? I know I've got loads. I've got loads of videos in my watch later thing.
No, what I do is I put a like on it, and then that way the likes actually show up. For me, I see them better than the watch later. Actually, when I pull up something, I can't pull up my watch later stuff, so I can pull up my liked videos playlist, and that way I can go through that liked videos playlist and then go back and visit that person's channel. I'm pretty worn out, Diana, physically from work and mentally from someone on YouTube who acted as my friend and then said hurtful words.
Well, you get that you get that, don't you? Unfortunately, with people.
Yeah, I understand.
What's that old saying? Put not your trust in mortal man.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yes. Yeah. Go ahead, Ian. What?
No, I was just saying. There's an old saying: "Put not your trust in mortal man."
Put not your trust in mortal man, right?
Yeah.
Mortal people.
Because people can come across as nice as pie to you, can't they? But they're not always what they say they are. So be careful. And they do they do search out, and I'm not being disrespectful to anybody by saying this, they search out people who are vulnerable enough to be naive to think that everybody's a nice guy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, listen to Ian's wisdom.
Well,
Another friend.
I know through practical experience that there's some people who prey on individuals' kindness. You know, if you come across as being a person who will do anything for anybody and all that sort of stuff, some people will recognise that and use you. So be incredibly careful what you involve yourself in, especially on internet.
Right. So
sound like
you're smart. You're being smart by staying away from that community that you're talking about, wherever that is. Yeah, I know where you. I can relate, and so. And
well,
I'm sorry.
you know that there's another old saying. It says,
feelings.
once fool, once, what is it? I can't remember. Once fool. Once fool
Once
you.
bitten, twice shy.
No. Well, yeah, that's one. Yeah, I'm thinking about at the end of the day, you can we can all be naive about things, but we, if we're naive, if we go through a process and then that and allow that to happen again to us, then it's his own stupid fault, isn't it? So we need to learn quick, especially on internet, that there are some people who will use you if you're not careful.
Right. That's smart, Mystic Unigon. Where you and listen to what Ian's saying. Ian's wisdom.
Hey, I'm no guru. I've just fallen into the same traps as everybody else has done and passed on from it, and fortunately survived the impact. So,
Well. Mm-hmm.
right, let's see if we can. I've been looking up because did we have a conversation about using black last week?
So I think so. You don't use black. You mix your own black, right?
Yeah, that in that case, more often than not, yeah, I do. Yeah, but there's a British artist who is dead now. He's been dead about 15 years, but he used to put neat black in his paintings, and I've been looking at his paintings.
You mean straight black?
Straight black in it. And some of them are phenomenal. Obviously, he used to do that all the time, and he knew when and when not to use it. So I'm going to try and analyze and see what, not with this painting, but I'm going to see if I can incorporate some of what he did into my work, because some of what he was doing was excellent. Now, coming from this side, the light, there's a tree in front of the actual building, and it's creating and causing quite a bit of disturbance all over, especially around here.
Disturbance? What do you mean?
Yeah, well, there would be where all the strong light is, all there, right? And yet, because there's a tree there, it's creating a shadow.
Okay. All things YouTube says he has to leave, and he says he's making art himself right now. He's doing spray paint art.
Oh, nice. Oh, what, with an actual spray gun or
I think that
spray
does not
cans.
mean airbrush. Airbrush is not the same thing. It's spray paint means you got a whole bunch of cans of spray paint of different colors. And
Right.
it's coming out of a can. So that's different than airbrush art. But
Airbrush,
the effects are similar. The effects are
well, it
similar.
is. It's diffused. I mean, you can actually.
Yeah, you do. I love the diffuse. I love the very soft blended effects you can get with it and all that. But you have to do a lot of like masking areas.
You may not have seen one of these for many years, but you can still use them, and it's exactly the same process as as a spray can.
Thanks for stopping by. All Things YouTube, Matt Hawk.
There you go. That's a diffuser.
And you put that into what, a bottle of something?
You put that into a cup of water.
A cup of water.
A said cup, a drink. Well, it's my drink cup. That you put that, and you got your liquid in there, and then you go. If I can. Can you see that? And you blow into that while it's in the water, and that creates pressure there. It pulls it up to there, and the air that's being blown out of there pushes it out.
Bye, like All Things YouTube. Thanks. Have a great evening.
And that's called a diffuser. And you can use that with any very thin paint for creating splatters.
Very thin paint. What?
Well, really you know your alcohol inks. That'd be perfect for them. I'm surprised you've not got one of these. Put it in a little bowl and blow into that end.
I've not come across a book or a teacher that uses that yet.
Well, it's an old tool.
I mean, on alcohol. I have not. I've watched free YouTube videos. I paid online alcohol in classes, and I bought books, and I've not come across that.
What I'm saying is you can use them. Any liquidy paint.
And what's it called exactly?
It's a diffuser.
Just a diffuser.
Yeah. And I don't know if you put art. I'll see if I can find a thing later. An art diffuser. Right. Right. So where are we?
And Purple Paisley Planner says she's loving your painting.
Thank you very much. I'm gonna.
And you have an animal. Is that a person and an animal? Oh, that's a man and a dog.
It's a woman and a dog.
Oh, okay.
There you go. The thing is, it's not the key element of the painting, so you won't see me doing huge, great big expressions with it at all. But you know me, I'm into the less is more philosophy of painting.
Less is more.
Less is more.
And then I've met artists that say more is more.
It depends what you're doing and what you're trying to express. If you're trying to do a near photographic painting, then obviously more is more, isn't it?
What kind of a hyper realistic painting?
Yeah, if you're trying to do a realistic or even hyper realistic.
Hyper realistic.
You're gonna need to do much more.
More is more.
It. More is more in hyperrealism, absolutely. But if you're talking about expressive art,
yeah,
you've got to really be careful not to overdo it, because it can happen dead easy. You can make it look so like overdone, and it then becomes amateur looking. See, because thing is, at the end of the day, It all depends what you are you doing painting. Are you doing painting because you just enjoy the process of painting? Then, if that's the case, then do it as you please and don't worry about any of these rules. But
Right.
if you're doing it because you want to improve and you want to become a better artist, then there's certain rules that you need to start applying within your art, or
Right.
you'll never get there. So it's 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 like anything. There's certain fixed things within art that need to be applied. Or watching my favourite artist today, Alvaro Castanet. How he does things, I do not know.
You watch him on video?
Yeah, I watched him on video today, and it's just a brush stroke like that, and it creates a
Can you type
completely
his name
different
in the
environment.
chat?
I can't at the moment because I'm away from me.
Alvaro Castaneda.
Alvaro Castanet.
Well, how do you spell his last name? I know how to spell his first name. How do you spell
I honestly haven't got a clue.
Okay.
But if you look him up, just put Alvaro watercolor, and you'll find it. But it can just do one brush stroke like that and totally alter the painting in one stroke. It's amazing, and it's all about like planning in first place, getting it right.
Thanks, everybody still here who's watching,
Hope I'm not boring people to death.
and thank you for the thumbs up.
Right. See, I'm starting to get to the stage where I'm thinking this building is starting to get a bit overworked. So that's where I start thinking, right, stop. I can always go back if that needs doing later.
Right, but a lot of times you need space to look at something. You need to step away. You need sometimes a day or two and come back to it.
A new eye.
Yeah, you cannot. A lot of times you can't. I can't force it. I'll come to a place and I'm like, I don't know what else to do.
Oh,
like you can't force it. You can't force it.
That's all down to workflow and how you.
Yeah, and different people work different ways. I know there's successful artists that I know this one successful artist, and she will work on like five to seven artworks at a time.
Yeah. And that's a different way of doing it from just walking away from it. You can having a different challenge. You could do your painting, get halfway through it, and then move on to another painting, which is a completely different challenge, and it freshens your brain up because you're doing something different. And that's a different way of structuring your workflow. Now that's more important for people who have either limited time or do it for work. No, that's something. If you're just somebody who's only doing it now and again for a bit of fun and all that sort of stuff, it's not that big an issue. You can just go back to it whenever you feel like going back to it. Some people do paintings and it takes them years just to do one painting.
Oh yeah, I know.
And that's fine. If you just go in
sell it for $100,000.
I know.
Like that, successful artists like that, where it'll take them 1 year to do a painting, and they'll sell it for that much. They'll sell it for that much.
To be frank, not that my art works up to that level, but if I was spending an entire year on an art project,
you would want more money than that.
No, not at all. I want a reasonable income from it, because it's like
that's your yearly income right there. So.
Yeah, there you go. It's like it's like, you know, that's a long period of a person's year.
Purple
So
says she's multitasking right now with cooking. Thank you for keeping us on. And it looks like other people, the chat went is dead, and nobody's chatting in the chat, but there are 8 people watching.
Right. Well, I'm going to speed this up now because I think I'm getting to the stage where I'm probably getting near end at painting. So
Really? You have to do the
yeah,
people and the dog.
I've got to do a bit. Well, but the thing is, the main part of the painting is the house. The people are just incidental, even though that they're in the foreground.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. They're in the foreground. They're not the focus.
They're not the focus. The house is the focus.
The house is the focus.
So the way that you do that, so that's all nice and colourful and things
More
like that, and
details.
lots of texture and all that, lots of detail, lots of texture, lots of colour.
Okay.
I'm going to mute. These are going to be muted, and they're going to be more or less silhouettes, and that's how you get them to be in the background, as it were, metaphorically speaking.
They're in the foreground,
even though they're in foreground. And that's something worth having a think about when you're composing an image. What do you want to be the main point of focus in your painting? Even though something in the foreground is near you, it doesn't necessarily mean to say that that's the focal point. So let's see what we can do.
People are multitasking right now. They're listening or doing something. Or one person said he's working. The Purple Paisley says she's cooking. Yeah, but you're gonna paint the person and the dog today, aren't you?
Yeah. So I'm gonna get
You're
that
still
there.
trying to add more details to the house.
Yeah. Well, once I've got this done and I've done a little bit of this area here, the next phase will be going back to this to see what I can do with it to slightly more. They're the fine adjustments at the end. Yeah.
Was this your photo or a photo you got from?
No. Well, this is on from Pixabay. The house.
Yeah.
The dog were in it, but it were there. So I brought the dog and I put it in centre, and I thought, do you know that poor dog? It's not got somebody walking it. Poor thing.
Okay.
So I thought, do you know what? This is a good place to put some human interaction. So I've just drawn a person taking dog for a walk. Why not? So we can get that's a bit of the arm there. See, because they're not like key areas at painting.
What?
You don't have to like go over the top with them. Just bits and blobs of paint. What colour should the top be?
What are you saying?
I think I'm gonna go for a daring red.
For the house?
No, for a top. And I'm gonna leave that bit like that.
Wow, that's gonna right.
And what should I? Do you know? And this is where I go wrong because my colour coordination with clothing is useless. But I'm gonna go for blue. Stuff it. It's my painting. She's gonna have a blue colour. It may be the complete wrong colour for a woman to wear. I don't know. But
No, that's the wrong color for people to wear.
in my universe, red and blue are fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
So remembering that this side, light's coming from that side. So And there's nothing wrong with a little bit of that blending. In fact, I'll encourage that actually at that side. I'm going to take a little bit of that out. There you go. It's going to be a little bit illustrative, that. It's not.
Okay, I'll be right back in a minute.
All right. Here I am on my own. Could say anything, couldn't we, really? I don't know. So how you guys? And no, right, I'm just going to nip that a little bit. You can't really see the detail in that I'm doing here, but I'm just putting the idea that this side to the left-hand side is darker because the light is coming from that way, and obviously I'm going to leave highlights. That's way too strong. There you go. But that's the beauty of watercolor. You can nip it back once you've done it. Right, so because we're making an issue of shadows in this sense, she needs a shadow, and that links to the dog, which is good because we want links of things.
Okay, I'm back.
Yay! Are you eating things? I can hear you chomping.
That was the plastic bag that I keep my lipstick and lip gloss in.
Oh yeah, you got to keep gloss.
I just opened that. I just opened that to put that on. And
my wife is constantly lip glossing. I don't know why. I don't think I've ever had any lip gloss.
It feels good rather than dry.
She once sneaked up on me and tried to put some lip gloss on me. But she failed. Yeah, because my lips were a bit dry, and she like sneaked. We were talking about me never having any lip gloss ever on me.
Not lip gloss. Men should wear chapstick.
Yeah, well, it's like
or lip balm.
Lip balm and lip. Oh no, lip gloss makes it shiny, doesn't it?
Yeah, lip gloss is shiny. Lip balm and and chapstick and lip balm will not be shiny.
They're pretty similar things, though, aren't they? Now, what colour should we do this dog?
Purple Paisley is cooking spaghetti right now. Oh. That sounds good.
Right, I think I'm going to do like a lightish brown. So I'm gonna use some of that green that I've used already, and I'm gonna mix it in with some purpley red.
Hi, JC, you're back. Oh, good, you're back.
And then
nobody was talking hardly anybody was talking. Only one person was talking in the chat.
I know, it's sad, isn't it? I'm running your channel into ground.
No, I don't think it's not you. I don't know what it is. I don't know, like, because I haven't been. You were just what? Because I haven't been on since Friday, or is it because
I don't know. The thing is, at the end of the day, I would. I mean, I don't very often. In saying that, I don't have a gigantic big audience, so I can't say for certain what.
Oh, good. I forgot. I need to put your link in the chat. Oh, for those people that want to check out Ian's channel.
Right, you might not see an awful lot of this detail that I'm putting in, but it just helps and contributes towards making it look like a three-dimensional dog. And all I've done is I've put a light brown, and now I'm going over it with some dark brown.
Let me get Ian's channel. So in case, let me get Ian's channel for.
That's possibly all I'm going to do for the dog.
Hi, Justin64. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Justine. Or is it just? No, let me see this.
I'm going to leave that for now.
Just me.
Just me. There you go. It's all just about me.
Just me 64. Hello, welcome.
Right,
I hope you enjoy. We're watching Ian paint. He can answer any of your questions.
Yeah, any questions you've got, guys, let us know, and I'll attempt to answer. And if I don't know answer to a question, I'll just say 42.
Yeah, does anybody have any questions for? And you'll just what?
I'll just say 42.
What's that mean?
You've obviously not watched Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
No, I haven't.
It were an answer to the ultimate question of all time.
42.
42. They built a supercomputer, these super intelligent people, right, to work out the answer to the ultimate question. And
What's the ultimate question?
The computer came back and answered 42.
No, the computer.
Yeah. So it's a bit like waiting for something to upload on a computer and then it going, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm getting Ian's link.
This didn't work.
That's what it means?
Yeah, basically. You spent all that time faffing about and you could have done it yourself. Basically.
Okay, I'm getting Ian's link. I'm just about to post Ian's link, our guest artist today. Where if you'd like to visit his channel and check out his channel.
Right. Let's emphasize some more of this. Wonder if I need to be a bit more aggressive with this black.
He's an expert he's an excellent watercolorist.
But did you say the E
but
word?
I said excellent. I said excellent.
I don't know. I'll tell you when I'm an expert.
You're close to it.
And I'm just about getting to the stage where I know what I'm doing. That's what I like to think of myself as an artist.
Just me says that's a beautiful painting. She loves it. Oh, you want Just Me? You might want to check out his channel. And welcome, Just Me, to the chat. Welcome. Because I don't think I've ever seen you in the I don't think I've ever.
I do have
before. Welcome. How'd you hear about my channel? How'd you hear about this live stream? And then Purple Paisley says this is beautiful. This is beautiful.
Thank you. Right, there's this. I've added this. I don't know why, because I know this is going to end up ruining painting.
Oh, I love how you painted the person and the dog.
You see how I've not gone too over the top with it, so that it doesn't.
I guess, like sometimes
it doesn't like bully the rest of the painting.
Oh, let me say, yeah. Even though she's in red.
Yeah, that's a really strong color.
She pops a little bit.
Yeah, it's a really strong color, though, isn't it? And yet it's still in context.
She's looking at the house, so that makes because she's looking at the house, it makes us know that the house is the it also helps us know the house is the focal point.
Yeah, if you look, she's out taking the dog for a walk, right? and she's looking at that house and she's thinking, oh, if only I could afford to buy that. So she's not concentrating on the dog.
Oh, if only she could afford to buy that house.
Probably. I don't know.
Oh, guess what? Just Me 64 is from the Philippines. So is Ian's wife. Ian's wife is from the Philippines.
Yes, Mrs. Jackson is from Pampanga.
There you go.
Is it not Pampanga? Is it Angela City?
Oh, are you near there, Just Me?
I don't know. I don't really know the Philippines that very well.
Just Me, how'd you hear about this live stream?
Now this is where I start to get some interesting contrast.
All right, she says she's in Quezon City.
Oh, right. Is that the North Island or? I don't claim to know very much about the Philippines, by the way.
You've never been there?
I've not been there yet. We're planning on eventually going to live there.
Oh, you're planning on going to live there?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Unfortunately, I've been told it's extremely hot there.
Oh yeah, hot and hurricanes.
And what they call it? What they call them? Earthquakes.
Oh, they got earthquakes too?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh god.
They're on Ring of Fire, that's why.
They are?
Yes. That's that same thing that causes places like Los Angeles to have earthquakes.
And then Hawaii has lots of earthquakes, but they're on the sea floor.
Well, it's all part of that same plate, the Pacific plate. It keeps moving. Part of the USA is on it, and then all the rest is like China and Asia and New Zealand and
that's the same thing as the Pacific
Hawaii.
Rim?
Yeah, that Pacific Rim. That's what they call it, the Ring of Fire.
Oh.
Because it keeps moving and there's loads of volcanoes and stuff. And just on the other side of, on the right side of the Philippines, another interesting fact about the Philippines is it's got the largest, lowest point on the Earth, on the Earth's crust in the Philippines, called the Mariana Trench, and it's underwater.
Oh.
And it's an abyss.
Oh, I've heard of that. That's the deepest part in the ocean, right? In the whole ocean.
Well, it's the point on the land where it's on the crust of the Earth, but it's so low. I think it's a couple of miles low, a couple of miles down. Can you believe that?
Trench is like the deepest part of the ocean anywhere, right?
On the planet, yeah.
Yeah. But if you go into the Philippines, though, you might have a lot of art exhibition opportunities.
Oh,
they may not be so like pompous as they are where you live.
Oh no, art pompousness exists everywhere. Believe it or not.
I don't
know. No matter where you go, there's always some idiot who thinks they know what they're talking about when they've never done a painting in their lives. So it annoys me that. I once worked for somebody doing art, and I asked them how long they'd been doing art themselves, or had the company doing art. And they said, oh, we've only been doing this for 4 years. And I said, well, why aren't you listening to what I've been telling you what to
Yeah.
do? You know, duh. But then again, not too long after that, I think they folded up as a company. So
Really?
there you go. That's the lesson in life for you today. Right. Yes, and I'm still persisting because I'm gonna farther away you get from the actual
I'm not sure.
thing
Just me might be
itself.
talking to. I think Just me might be talking to you or me. I'm not sure, but she's saying
Ah,
it's nice and beautiful. I love your channel. So I don't know if she's talking to you or me.
thank you very much, Just Me
Yeah, thank
64.
you. Thank you. In case you're talking to me.
I have quite a few people from the
Roasted
Philippines
too.
who pop in now and again.
What?
I have quite a few people from the Philippines pop in now and again. But 9 times out of 10, they have cooking channels. That's probably how I got to know most of them. Because
Oh.
what I did when I first got married to now Mrs. Jackson, I wanted to astound her with my creative ability to create Filipino food. So I went online and I watched some videos on how to do various bits of Filipino food. So that's what I did.
Oh, I was trying to read what she wrote. I missed what the last part of the thing that you said.
Um, what I did is when I first got married, I went on internet to learn how to do bits of Filipino food
Oh, really?
because she's an excellent cook with Filipino food and stuff like that.
Right.
Unbelievable. Oh,
So you were trying to learn a little bit how to cook
I
too?
thought I've got to get. I'm not bad at cooking, but I thought I need to step up a bit here. So I went on and learned how to do a few bits of Filipino food.
Don't you, a lot of times, don't you need special ingredients only in the Philippines?
Well, that would be hard for me to learn about, but my wife's already got all that ingredients because she goes to a specialist shop in our area that's Filipino,
Oh, okay.
and she picks it up. And if I don't know what I'm doing, she just goes, do that, get that. So there you go. Because we do like to have a session of cooking now and again.
Cooking together, you mean?
Yeah,
That's
put,
nice.
put, putting stuff together. Well, sometimes I mean, um, you need 2 people to get so much stuff done.
Right. Well, especially if you're having guests.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Filipinos are very uh, hospitable, and they do like to have people around for
Oh, they like
food.
to have people over all the time.
Oh yeah, a lot. I mean, we went to a wedding anniversary, and they brought out this gigantic pig and cooked that, and we
Oh,
had to eat that a massive big pig, and they cooked it on a spit,
oh right. Hmm.
and ate that and made all sorts of stuff with it. But apparently that's quite a traditional thing to do in Philippines. I've not quite got to that level yet.
But she's found a Filipino community, like in where you live.
But where we live, there's quite a few Filipinos because we're near an hospital, right? And she's a nurse, and there's quite a few people from the Philippines who work there as nurses.
Oh.
So, because
And Just Me 64 says, thank you very much for promoting our country, Philippines.
it's lovely. I mean, I'm so interested in it that at some point we are going to potentially move there. So My wife's got land, and we're going to build a house there.
Oh, I see.
So that's going to be my project. Way, house building.
Oh my goodness.
It's all right. I'm an architectural technician,
Oh.
so I ought to know what I'm doing. Do you know what I think? I think other than like nipping these down a bit because I've gone over the top with them. Let's see if I can get some dark in there. I don't think we're that far away from end.
Okay.
It's just getting them dark tones in without overdoing it.
Oh, without adding some darks without overdoing it, you said?
Yeah, because you can deaden the image if you're not careful. Nip that back a bit. This is a good thing. This is what I absolutely love about watercolor. If it's ever so slightly not quite right, you can nip it back and get, adjust it.
Nip it back? How do you nip it back?
Well, I've put a lot of paint on there, for example.
Only if you catch it right away.
No, that's dry. But because this paper is
synthetic.
It's got a lot. It's not synthetic. It's not synthetic. It's the fact that it's got a lot of sizing on it.
Sizing in it.
So you can like pull it back and look. It's gone back to being.
Even though it had already dried, you're able to.
Yeah. You can do that a lot on what they call cellulose paper.
Oh.
That has lots of sizing in it.
Hi, Carolyn.
You can't do that as much on what they call it on paper that's cotton based because it tends to sit in the cotton.
Right.
But
hi, Carolyn, how are
you? What you can do is glaze over with cotton.
What do you mean glaze over with cotton?
Well, because it sits inside the cotton paper, you can like put another layer over it. But rather than wash it away, like you would do on cellulose paper, you just put another colour over it that will neutralise it. You know what I mean? So you've got your base colour there, and then you put another colour over the top of it, and it either like is opaque, so it goes over it, or you put another colour over it that will neutralise it, and it becomes grey. Yeah.
So do you do a painting every day?
I do some artwork every day. I don't paint every day.
Oh, it could be drawing.
Yeah,
what? It could be drawing. It could be digital art. You've done digital art too, right?
Yeah, it can be any form of art. I mean, what I've been
is amazing painting.
So without being over the top with detail and things like that, I've created a loose but interesting painting. So that's what I set out to do. I've also managed to be able to keep this building as potentially the main feature of the painting, even though we've got foreground interest.
Yeah, even though you even have her with a pop of red on her clothing, yeah. But she's looking at the house, so that makes everybody look at the house. That also helps to make everybody look in that direction of the house.
Yeah, because we're all aiming towards that, aren't we? So in theory, when you're doing anything like that, what you should do is put the main amount of detail there.
Right.
If I were to spend several hours on this painting, I'd do a bit more intensity of brickwork around there.
Oh, somebody, no, JC, that's a photo that he got that's copyright free photo from a website where you can get copyright free photos. So he does not know that house.
No, I don't know, but I mean, it's a pretty typical house in the countryside. That
like where you live, it looks similar to a house where you might live.
No, because I live in a suburban area, but if you go into the countryside, you will see houses like that, old cottages. There's loads. There's absolutely loads of them.
Oh, houses that look like that.
Yeah, pretty much so. Yeah, and they used to be like landowners. You know, people who worked in, who were the bosses of companies, used to have houses like these. These were the houses for the middle class.
Oh my goodness! All these. Hi, painting Stoof. You know the painting Stoof, right?
Yes, I do, Stu.
Steph. Her name is Steph. Look, and she says, "Looking great." All of a sudden, we're about to end. All these people are coming in.
I know.
Oh, hi.
Maybe you want. Maybe you want.
Nice seeing you, though. Hi, buddy.
Maybe you want to schedule for like 6 o'clock or something like that. Would that not be a better time? You know, a lot of people probably just getting the kids home and all that sort of stuff and all that bag of mashings.
No, I can't do 6 to 8.
Right.
I can't do 6 to 8. I might be able to do 5 to 7. I'm not sure.
Well, you need to find out what the majority of people, what time they're available.
Even if that's so, like even if 6 to 8 is the best time, it does not work out for my family schedule.
Right. Yeah. Fair enough. I mean, most important thing is that you've got to be able to make that schedule, aren't you? So.
So,
yeah. Well,
how are you guys doing?
Go on. Continue on. Sorry.
Let's see. What time is it? We just have a few more. We have about 10 minutes. Can you show us something? Can you show us some things you've done this week? Or can you show us maybe paintings we haven't seen? Can you just do an art share?
Yeah. I don't know whether you saw this one here. That's a slightly more considered, more soft image.
Yeah, and all the edges, like how you did all the edges, it's not like
they're not crisp, are they? They're all very blurred out, and that's very deliberate. That's a specific style of watercoloring. And then you put little bits of hard edges where you want people to look.
Is that from life?
No, it's from a photograph. Again, like it's not that dissimilar to this kind of building. It's just this is a more detailed image of that's a little bit more in the distance. But I tell you, there's a funny thing about this, right? I went and I went to get some watercolor. Well, I were out shopping in a supermarket called Aldi's.
Oh, we have. Oh, you have Aldi's too?
We do, yeah.
Oh, we don't have Aldi's where I live, but we have. There is Aldi's north of us and also south of us.
All right, so I went as I was browsing around getting my stuff what I wanted. I noted that they've got some watercolor paper. I thought, well, I'll give it a try. I can use it as my test paper if it's no good. But I didn't really look at what it said on it because on actual side, look, it already had a drawn picture. Every page had a picture already drawn on it. That one's got a pug. Can you believe that?
Oh my goodness. What? Well, you didn't draw that, did you?
No, I didn't draw the pug. That were already printed onto the paper.
So that must be a thick. That's not just coloring. That's not like coloring paper. Coloring.
No,
where
it's
you
not color. It's not colouring paper. It's watercolor paper, but it's got a picture that's already drawn on it for you, so that you
for
can
you
have
to paint.
It's
For you
almost
to
like it's like paint by numbers kind of thing.
like
But
paint by numbers.
I didn't realise that's what it were, but in yeah, I thought, well, it's not got any on backside of it, so I've painted on this side. But this is very, if you look at the paper itself, it's got hardly any texture. So that's like working on
Oh, that's a hot press.
like hot press, and it actually works really nice.
For details, yeah.
Yeah, for detailing. I've done a couple of paintings and it's worked really nice on this. So I might actually get it just for the sake of the back of the paper. If you don't like the front paper, you look at the texture there. Can you see that? The
Yeah.
bump.
Yeah.
It's very bumpy, that. If you don't like the texture on one side, have a look on the back.
Oh, it's a different texture on the back.
It may be that there's some papers are dual textured.
Yeah, I like hot press better.
So this is hot press. Well, it's not hot press paper, but because it's not got any texture pressed into it, it's flat. And well, I got that from it, which is not bad. Can't grumble, really. Another.
Oh, Grayscale Painting says the shadows really set the piece off right.
Yeah, that's the counterbalance.
Right.
I mean, I might go back later and put tiny little dark bits in there. Once I've had a sit back and a look, I'll probably look to see whether there are bits that potentially might just need a little bit of dark back in it. And that shows that, yeah, you can put strong darks and blacks into painting. It's not something that I would suggest people who are new to watercoloring to do, because you have to think very, very carefully about where you do it and how you do it, because you can ruin a painting easily by putting a bit too much.
The red that you put in her shirt, like I've heard about how you should repeat colors all around, but not necessarily. You don't repeat colors all around a composition.
It depends. Fair enough. If you want to emphasize a particular color within a painting or a particular feature of a drawing or whatever, then emphasize it and do it several times within the painting. I don't want to emphasize that. It's there as a component part, a standalone component part. I mean, I could have made that any color, but I just thought, no, I'm going to go for red, because most of it are quite earthy colors.
Yeah.
Humans wear things that are not as are more man-made and synthetic colors, such as bright red and strong blues.
Right.
You know, things like that. Things that don't naturally exist together in that sense. So, I don't know. I was just in a blue and red mood. I could have done the blouse pink, but
I don't think the pink wouldn't go with like all those colors. I mean, kind of.
Red's an aggressive color, so it pops out.
Well, red is a more conservative color. Pink is more like, I don't know.
So anyway, again on that some of that paper that's got a drawing on it already, right? I did this one. I did a video of this the other day.
Let me see.
That's up as a video on my channel.
Oh, here's his channel again. Here's his channel link
that you can watch. But if you see these, right, today I put another video up today, a short one, a tip on how to put people into your painting like that to give it a bit of a human factor. And you notice they're not detailed things. And I go through a little video on how to make little humans like that add that bit of human factor to a painting, even if they're not there in the original reference image. So that's something I've been making a video of today. Let's just see if I've got any.
let me see.
Look, little people like that. And if you go to my channel, I've got a video on how to make these little people.
How to make the little people?
Because you can do it wrong.
Oh yeah.
You can make the proportions of the people completely wrong. And then it becomes a sure fun. You can see it that it's wrong in your painting. So what I've done is I've made a video on how to proportion these little, even though the little things, how to get the proportions right. So that's a video that you can go and watch.
One of your most recent videos?
I put it up today. Let me just see what else. I don't know. I can't find any things on there. Why can I not find stuff when I need them? It's not that. I'll be there with you in a second.
What?
I don't know if I've shown you these. I'm just going to move a few things out of the way. So that were a marketplace painting.
Oh, it's the marketplace. I can't imagine all the stuff goes on in the marketplace.
Well, a lot of plein air artists love going to, like, provincial marketplaces and
like. Did you have to learn, did you have to practice, like, learn how to paint people like separate, so you could just
you do need to know a little bit about anatomy and how people how people posture themselves, but you don't have to go into micro detail about it. Just do little ovals for various things and then link them all together. Do you want me to do a little bit of a drawing? I'll just take I think I'll be all right. I'll leave that there now. I'll show you while I'm live. I can do a drawing of a person. Well, this is how I did. If I can find a pencil. Where for out thou pencil?
Oh, I didn't know you sang.
I don't. Do you call that singing?
Yeah, because I can't sing that good.
No, I can't ever. So, right, what you do? Oh dear, am I having a bad day or what? What you do is, I'll use this here that's already slightly drawn. Can you? I don't know if you're going to see this. You see that S shape?
Yes.
All right. That part of the S is exactly the same as that part of the S. I'm going to put a line through centre there and a line through centre there. that through that bottom bit. Then I'm going to come up here, and with these here, I want to half that, cut that in half. Can everybody see that okay?
Yeah, we can see it. Yeah.
And then that and that, I'm going to cut that in half. What that gives me is the height of an average human. It gives me the head height. There you go.
Oh, do you show this on your video today?
Yeah, this is what I did on video. And generally, I'm going to bring that down to there. The distance of that part of the head to that part of the head is the same to the shoulder, but from there, from the center. So that's going to be about like that. And if you're talking about somebody who's exactly directly in front of you, which is what I'm going to draw anyway, that again is the same. Yeah.
Okay.
So you come down next. This is where your torso is.
I've never seen anybody start with the ass. Interesting.
Well, all it is a simple way of explaining that you can use anything. You can use two squares as long as they're exactly the same. You can do it like that, square.
Well, I'm glad, Purple Paisley Planner. I'm glad you're enjoying learning something about art.
But the S, it's just an easy thing. What people have problems with is they look at a human body and they think, oh, that's really complicated. It is, but you can make it simple. You make it simple by using basic shapes. Everybody can do a C, can't they?
Right.
And all that is a reverse C that turns it into an S. And that's a convenient spot, that center. Because you can bring that down to where your hip is. Like that.
Oh, let me see.
Your hip goes there.
And the legs.
And then I'm gonna follow this line down like that. And at your leg end it's gonna be thin. At your hip end it's gonna be wide. So it's gonna go out a little bit and it's gonna come in like that. And then go out a little bit and come in. Your hands go around about there.
Okay.
And that's
and everybody check out his channel if you want. Check out his channel for more painting and drawing.
So.
But I have to go in a couple minutes, like 1 or 2 minutes.
Right. So if it's like a background thing, you got it. I'm doing this fairly large. Oh, you got your legs there as well. Here you go.
Okay.
And if you need somebody who's in a silhouette or in the background somehow, there you go. You've got a person drawn. Dead easy. And that's because I've structured it with simple lines and curves. And that practice that. Keep having a go at that, and eventually you'll get the correct scale that you need to be able to do drawings of people.
Well, thank you for showing us, and thank you for being here today.
All right, then.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you to my moderators and everybody else that showed up and stuck around just by watching. Some people couldn't participate in the chat, but thank you for just those people that were just watching and multitasking, doing something else. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody, and Wednesday, I'll definitely be back Thursday and Thursday and Friday, and tomorrow just check my community tab, and I might be back tomorrow with my own painting, but Thursday I'll definitely be back, and Friday, and tomorrow's a maybe. Okay. Thank you, Ian.
Bye all.